Let me show you some of the first things that you can do on your Motorola Edge 70 right after the initial configuration. So I am right after the first setup. As you can see, there are still some apps being installed. But what we can do is, of course, we can do some things before we move on to with our phone. And the first thing that I always do is check notifications, because most of the time we have the continuation of the setup. So in my case, I have setup in progress, so we can tap on this notification in order to go through these options and decide if there is still something that you want to do before you move on. In this case, we have personalization settings, which we can of course find in settings. We can do that. We have Moto app, and we have the setup wizard as well, but we can just choose no thanks, I guess, and we can dismiss the notification if you decide to not do so. After that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to settings, and over here in settings we should be able to find, for example, the Google services. If you are not signed in, then most likely we'll have the sign in option, but what we're gonna do is pretty much sign into our Google account. So we can go to passwords, passkeys, and accounts, and then over here we can of course add new accounts. We can add more Google accounts if you have them and if you need to sign in. Besides that, we can also go to the, let's me actually try to find it. It should be, I believe, where is it? Sorry about that. It should be over here. There we go. Security and privacy. I just had it right in front of me and I missed it. In security and privacy, we have a couple of different options that we can go through. Like, for example, if we go to the device unlock, we have the screen lock option, so you can set up a password. So you can create the password that you wish to use on your phone. And then once you have the password, you can also go to face and fingerprint unlock, and you can, of course, set these biometrics up as well. There is also the theft protection. So you can enable the theft detection lock, the offline device lock, remote lock, and we also have the Find Hub, also known as Find My Device. So you can turn them on and manage them quite easily. But of course, it is still recommended to set up the password first, of course. Now, once we go through these options, what we can do next is update the software. So over here we can find system updates. So this is the quickest way to check if we have any new update waiting for us. So we can tap on check for updates over here. And if we have actually the phone, if the phone is up to date, then that's good. But in case there is something, if there's like an update or something, then of course it is recommended to update our phone. Besides that, we're gonna move on to the Play Store, where we can also update our apps. So if we go over here, let me actually skip through this first setup. All right. So once we open the Play Store, what you can do is you can tap on your profile in the upper right corner, and then we can go to the Manage Apps and the Device option. And over here we can see if we have any updates waiting, and most of the time, right after the initial configuration, we have lots of apps that we need to update. Let me actually increase the brightness a little bit. That should be good. So of course we can go through this list one by one and update everything, or you can just tap on Update All and just let it run. In the meantime, of course, as it is updating, we can move on to the next thing. And that is the settings once again. Let's reopen settings. And in here, we're gonna go to the display settings. In display settings, of course, we can change the brightness level of the screen. We can also toggle adaptive brightness, also known as the automatic brightness. So if you don't want to use it, you can turn it off over here. We can also find the dark theme, of course, if you want to use it, or if you want to create a schedule, then you can do so. We have the display refresh rate, which can be set to smart and balanced, or hyper smooth, or efficiency first. So efficiency first is 60 Hz, hyper smooth is 120 Hz pretty much all the time, and smart and balanced means that most of the time we use 120 Hz. However, in some specific cases, if the battery consumption is higher, then the phone can drop to 60 Hz. So it's up to you which one you want to use. And I'm gonna actually change the screen timeout as well, but this is just for me because just for the sake of videos, of course, I don't want the screen to be turning off quickly. And actually, since we have 1 minute set up by default, I actually recommend you switching to 15 or 30 seconds. It is not really necessary to use 1 minute. All right. And there is also the automatic rotation, of course, which you might want to use or disable, depending if you want your phone to rotate the screen in some apps. Then we also have battery settings. So if we go to battery, then over here we can find, for example, the battery percentage. I like to see all the time how much percentage I have left of the battery. So of course, we're gonna turn it on. We can also go to battery protection. In order to use some form of battery protection, we have Smart Schedule, which is based on AI learning, and then the phone can decide when the battery should be stopped charging at 80% and then resumed to charging back to 100%. Or you can also set up the manual schedule. You can also tap on the setting in order to find some additional options. I'm gonna actually set it to Smart Schedule in this case. We also have the charge boost, which is the fast charging option, so if you want to use it, we can turn it on. And there's also adaptive battery, which is enabled by default, so that's good. And I think that's it in battery settings. Alright, so once we are done with battery settings, what we can do next is, for example, uninstall the bloatware. So of course, over here we have a bunch of different apps that are pre-installed for us, which you might not really need to use. For example, we have like Perplexity, Copilot, etc. We can actually, I believe we should be able to uninstall them, but I might be actually wrong. Yeah, at least in here it seems to be not possible. Let's go to app info. Oh, there you go. We can actually uninstall it like this. So we can easily uninstall these apps. We can just drop them over here. I just remembered how to do so. So you can essentially get rid of all the stuff that you know you won't ever use. So we can uninstall it quite easily. And of course, we're gonna also go to settings. And over here in settings, we can find gestures. It should be somewhere over here. There we go. And then in gestures, we have the system navigation. So you can choose if you want to use 3-button navigation or if you want to use the gesture navigation. Each of these options also have additional settings that you can go through. So you can check that out and personalize these navigation options. And that is pretty much it. These are all the basic stuff that we can do on our phone. However, what I can also recommend you to do as, let's say, as a bonus, if we go to settings and then proceed to home and lock screen, then over here we have the control center, and you can switch from the classic style to the modern style. So it looks like this, which I think it looks actually slightly better than the classic style. We also have some settings over here, so you can decide on which side of the screen you want to swipe down in order to immediately open this control center. And yeah, so if you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe. If there is something that I missed that should be mentioned in this video, then of course you can let me know in the comments so that other people will know, of course, as well, and they will do that as one of the first things. So thanks for watching. Once again, leave a like and subscribe, and if you need some guides for Motorola Edge 70, be sure to check out my channel.